Hello everyone, Welchy here, and welcome back to a brand new video from me. Today we're going to be talking about inspiration. Now, you may have seen my one of my recent videos called Passion, and it got quite a lot of positive feedback. Quite a few of you enjoyed it and then wanted to see more videos like it. And I sent out a tweet asking what kind of topic you'd like me to talk about next, and Bashy suggested inspiration. Now I've got other topics like backlogged in my head, which ones I want to do, but I wanted to get done inspiration because I've got quite a lot to say about it. So again, if you have any more topics you'd like to hear me talk about, on give my opinions on or something, let me know in the comments below, and I will possibly talk about it. So what you're watching in the background is Modern Warfare Remastered gameplay from the single player. As if you've pre-ordered the Legacy Edition or whatever it is, you get to play the campaign 30 days early. So I've played the first 2 missions, and I haven't played the rest of it yet, but if you do want to see me play the rest of it, then on the release night, or the night before, so the 3rd of November, I'll be streaming the Modern Warfare Remastered campaign up until midnight, and at midnight we will be moving on to the Modern Warfare Remastered multiplayer as it comes out at midnight on the 4th of November. So yes, so this is just the first 2 missions, and if you want to see the rest, I'll be streaming it the night of the release of Modern Warfare Remastered. But anyway, back to inspiration. So there's a reason I picked this game, and that will become clearer towards the end of the video. But first of all, I want to go through briefly a few topics which have inspired me and may inspire many of you, I'm sure. And I've already made this video once, and I decided to remake it because I started going on about the topics too much detail, and it just went on forever and ever, and I started blagging. So I'm going to go into each one very briefly. So number one thing, and most important, not most important, but most obvious, I guess, is your parents or guardians or family members. Now, obviously, they could be they can inspire you in many different ways. I apologise, I can't seem to talk today. For example, you may have a parent or guardian who is a professional athlete, or they do something inspiring in terms of art or for charity or something like that. There could be many different things, or maybe just because of how they are to you, how they are as parents. For me, it is that last one I mentioned, or how they are as parents to me. If I ever do become a parent in the future, which I don't plan on it as of yet, whether I do or not, I don't know. But they inspire me, and they have been incredible role models for if I do ever become a parent myself. And I would always base how I do my parenting around how they did theirs. Whether that's good or bad, who knows? But for me, I think it's a good thing. And also, another thing that's inspired me to do well in life and stuff like that is my dad. He's always done well in his jobs. Not to say my mum hasn't. My mum's taken more the role of taking care of me and my brother and my dad. Whereas my dad's been more the going to work, being successful kind of thing, and seeing him be successful and doing the things he does and stuff like that makes me want to not emulate him in the same career, but have a similar amount of success, and that's inspiring to me. But I went on this topic too much last time, so I'm going to keep it there. Maybe many of you have a similar thing. Maybe you don't. Let me know in the comments. But moving on, this one might be a strange one for some of you, but music often inspires me. I'm not a musician myself. I can't sing, rap, play an instrument or anything like that. But I listen to a lot of rap music or hip hop music, and I would say it more motivates me, but it also inspires me in terms of, you know, when you listen to a song and it just gets you pumped up, whether it's for the gym, or whether it's for being successful in your life, or whether it's for, I don't know, your sport, if you're playing boxing or football. I used to have a song I always used to listen to before a football match, and it used to inspire me to do well and stuff like that. I've got many songs like that, many artists, or maybe the artists themselves inspire you, the way they conduct themselves, the way they are as a person, maybe the music they produce, who knows. For me, it sounds weird, many of you will probably disagree, but Drake inspires me quite a lot, and loads of other people. So I don't want to go. J. Cole inspires me a lot. I inspire to be like J. Cole quite a lot, and that sounds weird, but I have my reasons. Basically, he's a very cool dude. He's not really in the, although he's famous in terms of his music, he's a big rapper now. He's very he's not really in the headlines much. He just does his thing, basically talks in his music, nothing else. And you may disagree, but Drake's the same. He had the beef with Meek Mill last year, but that was all Meek Mill putting in the headlines on Twitter and stuff. Drake only responded through his music, through his shows and stuff like that. And that's the right way to do it. But anyway, moving on from there. If you've got any music artists or songs that inspire you, let me know. Another one I've got is films and TV. Now this isn't as inspiring for me, but there are some TV shows or films that can inspire me. Spartacus is a TV show that has inspired me previously. Back when I started watching it, I wasn't going to the gym or anything. I was kind of just playing video games, going to school, stuff like that. I started watching Spartacus, and when you see like the men on there, they're like ripped to shreds, huge muscles and everything. Like, it makes you want to work out, it makes you want to go to the gym. That inspired me to start working out. Then you've got other things like Wolf of Wall Street. Sounds strange, but that inspired me to be quite successful in my life. Seeing the amount of money they had, what they were doing. Again, I don't want to be successful the way they did it, but in terms of just the lifestyle they had, was pretty inspiring. But again, I don't want to go into this too much. Other things as well is sports. Sports, for obvious reasons, are very inspiring. One I wanted to point out in particular is Anthony Joshua in boxing. Now, many boxers are very well known to be, like, they talk a lot, they give it all the chit chat. They always talk down to their opponent, make them feel small, which is part of the sport. I get that. I didn't hate on them for doing it. But the way Anthony Joshua goes about his career, his sport, his fights, he's very down to earth, and he's just like, let's just see what happens in the ring. Let's not say you're going to beat me when you're probably not. Let's just do it in the ring. Let's see who wins in the ring. And I like that about him. And I think that's the appeal a lot of people like about him. Whereas people like David Hay and who's the other guy? I can't remember the other guy's name. They just always giving it the talk, and it's like, just let your boxing do the talking. And it's athletes are like athletes. There's some footballers like that as well, and other sports I know. You get the players and people like Joey Barton and that who aren't very inspiring to me at all. But then you get other players who are inspiring, like for me, Alexis Sanchez, the way he runs around the pitch. Obviously, I'm an Arsenal fan, but his work effort. Many players like that who aren't really in the headlines. They just let the football do the talking, or let their sport do the talking. That's the kind of inspiration I'm talking about. Some of you may be inspired by Joey Barton. I hope you're not, because he's not a great person. But maybe you are. Who knows? But anyway, the main one I want to talk about, and I wouldn't say he's an inspiration for my whole life, but in terms of what we're talking about here, what we're doing here in terms of YouTube and Twitch and stuff and gaming in general, then this guy's been a huge inspiration. And some of you may have heard me talk about him before. His name is Hotch. Now, when I first started gaming, obviously I was very young, but when I really started getting into gaming was I believe my 14th birthday. Let me think. 11? No, 12. Yeah, my 14th birthday. And I got an Xbox 360 for my birthday with Forza 2, Halo 3, and Gears of War. That's not really relevant. I don't know why I'm telling you this. But anyway, that's when I started getting into gaming. And then I got Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare, which is this. But this is now the remastered version, obviously. That was like the first Call of Duty game I ever played. Now, many of you will know Gears of War, Call of Duty are basically my favourite games. Back then, YouTube wasn't a big thing, but it was starting. And I remember I was looking for something about Modern Warfare. It was probably, if you remember, the veteran achievement on Xbox 60 to finish the last level. It's called Mile High Club. I think it's called that. We have to do the last mission on Insane in a certain amount of time or something like that. And I was trying to find out how people did it, and I found Hotch on YouTube, and he didn't even do this. He didn't even have that video. I just saw he had Call of Duty videos, and I started watching him. And he was a really cool dude, and I just subbed to him, and that's where I got into YouTube and stuff. Like, that's where I started watching people like, obviously, Hotch, Cna's Blame Truth, Gold Glove eventually came into the scene, and stuff like that. But Hotch was the first I found, and I've stuck with him ever since, and he's an inspiration in many ways. And one being the first YouTuber I watched, and the most entertaining one at the time for me. He's always been very good at Call of Duty games, and I say very good, like not like pro, but he's a good player. He's much better than me, and I always value his opinions on things. And there's not many people like okay, I listen to everyone's opinion, But when, say when a new Call of Duty game comes out, I look for his opinion. I want to hear his opinion because I normally, if I don't agree, I value it. Like, he talks sense, and he also listens to other people's opinions, and he's not the type who says, oh, if you don't agree with me, you're wrong, or I'm right, listen to me, blah, blah, blah. He just airs out his opinions in a good manner, and that's what I inspire to be. I know myself that sometimes I can be a bit of an idiot, and if I don't like someone's opinion, I'll disagree with it and say your opinion is stupid. And I used to do it a lot more than I do now. I've cut it down a lot, and mainly because of Hotch. He's very, okay, I agree with your opinion, blah, blah, blah. It's okay arguing an opinion, having a debate about it, but sometimes I would, shut them down completely and say, no, you're wrong, 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 sort of. And that's wrong. And Hotch inspired me to change that in ways other people have as well, like my parents and stuff, of course. But also, he's also very knowledgeable. And what I say when I say that, I mean, if you follow him on Twitter or watch his YouTube videos, he does a lot of videos like this, where he just puts gameplay in the background, normally multiplayer, of course, and just talks about a topic. Lately, it's been quite a politics-based. I can't think of the word. As an American, it's quite obvious that most talks can be about politics nowadays, but he's most knowledgeable about many, many, many different topics and stuff. And I try and aspire to be like that, in a way. I'm nowhere near his levels of knowledgeability. I don't know what the word is. See, I'm not very knowledgeable. But anyway, if that makes sense. So I like to know about most things. Like, I'd like to have an opinion about most things, but not an opinion, as I've already explained, where I'm like, oh, my opinion's right. I just like to know about things. So I'm trying to read a little bit more, which I never read, and I'm trying to start reading a bit more, just learn about things. Not like fictional books. I want to try and learn things, like read non-fictional books, I guess, or like not I don't know what to call it. Like, I've got a psychology book from the what's it called? I apologise for this. I can't remember. Well, let me get it out. 2 seconds, guys. It is. Oh, it's not even there. Not the Pimp. The Chimp Paradox, which is a really good read if you want to read it. But yeah, stuff like that. And also just like the way he goes about YouTube. Like, I've always enjoyed these kind of videos where I just sit there and listen to the YouTuber. I mean, nowadays a lot of YouTube videos are Twitch highlights, which makes sense because Twitch is a very, very fun place to be right now. And there's a lot of money in it if you are successful, like Hutch and Cena and whatnot. But Hutch still goes to these videos as well. He just sits there and talks to his viewers, and that's what I really like. I like the interaction with the viewers and stuff. And that's the main reason why I do these kind of videos, is because I know I enjoy watching them, and I hope there are still people out there that enjoy watching them as well. Rather than, I guess, I understand why a lot of people like watching, say, if I was to play a game like Gears of War with 4 of my friends, and we're all having a laugh and banter and whatnot. I understand why that'd be funny and interesting to watch. But I think I've got more to give by doing these kind of videos like Hutch did, and I think I've just got more to talk about and more entertaining, hopefully. I don't know. But yeah, I don't want to blag on about this too much, like I probably already have. But yeah, they're like inspirations to me. I want to know what inspires you. Is it your parents? Is it your music you listen to? Any films or TV that have inspired you to do something, like taking up the gym like it did for me? Or maybe it's inspired you to take up a sport? Or maybe a sportsman's inspired you to take up boxing. I'm assuming Anthony Joshua would have made a lot of people start wanting to take up boxing. Or maybe, like me, you've got a particular YouTuber or a Twitch streamer who's inspired you to maybe start YouTube or Twitch, or maybe they've just inspired you to play a different game and now you've met loads of new friends from it. I mean, there was a game that I played because of a YouTuber. What was it? I can't remember what it was. But I remember playing a game because of a YouTuber and I hated the game. Like, obviously that wasn't a very good inspiration, but still, it's quite crazy how a big YouTuber can have such a big effect on people. But yeah, that's going to do it for me today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, I'm going to be finishing off this campaign, which is the best, in my opinion, Call of Duty 4 the best Call of Duty campaign to date. I'll be finishing it the night before or the night that Modern Warfare Remastered does release. So if you'd like to see that, then please do pop along on my Twitch channel. But if not, I will see you in my next video very soon. And I'm going to leave this video here with a nice inspirational reference from a film that I haven't even seen. I have never seen any of these films, but I am very aware of this famous scene. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.
You ain't gonna believe this, but you used to fit right here. I'd hold you up to say to your mother, this kid's gonna be the best kid in the world. This kid's gonna be somebody better than anybody ever knew. And you grew up good and wonderful. It was great just watching you every day. It was like a privilege. Then the time come for you to be your own man and take on the world, and you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame, like a big shadow. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that. I'm always gonna love you no matter what. No matter what happens. You're my son, you're my blood. You're the best thing in my life. But until you start believing in yourself, you ain't gonna have a life. Don't forget to visit your mother.